Previously on Zero Escape, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
My throat's dry, but I think it's because I'm a little nervous right now.
Well, we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Jumpy, did you want to take a shower together?
If I was drinking water, I would spit it out.
And now back to... Hello, everybody! User Ravens here. Why the fuck did I say that shit with so much more gusto? Hello. Anyway, how? Hey, hello. Hey, ni hao, konnichiwa. Here's Seth.
Bonjour. We're gonna say it in different languages, then yeah, sure.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Zero Escape, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. And when we last left it off, we did a puzzle room. Everybody was thirsty as fuck. Let's keep going. They step through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway. Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stop for a moment and look at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway. They took hold and shook, but it refused to move. Nearby was a pair of elevators. It took only a few buttons presses to determine that the elevators would not respond to their efforts. They could only assume the elevators were not powered. There was only one door left.
Well, looks like we don't have any choice.
Yeah. Sure does. Well then, let's open it. Oh, actually, we never discussed if you should do Lotus voice or not. I think maybe we should.
I can try.
Yeah. Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open.
Kitchen.
He entered slowly, trying to take in as much in his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly. Oh, so it's a kitchen. So they did not look pleased. What were you expecting? Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping that would be the way out of here.
You really think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, I know. Still. As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at least she stood in front of a door.
If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier. But don't we need a key for that? Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive.
Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him. As he did...
Hey!
Who was that?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him. She ran her fingers across it, muttering to herself.
I knew it. See? Look!
Junpei did as he was told. Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well.
See? We came in here. If we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map. She was right. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei. He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. There's a card reading on the right side of the door. That means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
That seems the most likely. Alright. We know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
What are we? Is it the Scooby-Doo gang? Okay.
Like I didn't notice that keypad.
Seek a way out.
Bottom left. In the bottom left of one of the screen caps, there was just a freaking there's a keypad. So we're gonna need a code for something.
Most likely, yep. Also banger music incoming. Just gonna let it play a bit. Yeah, just wait for the drop. There we go.
There it is. Okay, we don't continue. This recording's gonna be like 5 hours long.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Anyways, where to?
That one square in the bottom left that's just sitting on its own is bugging me.
Wait, which one? Oh, bottom left. This?
The one all alone, yeah. Voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Let me write this down actually, because I have a feeling this is gonna be valuable.
Yeah, yeah, go for it. In the meantime, I'm gonna change the background of my OBS.
So.
Okay. Why the fuck did it not change? What? Why is it the same image? Excuse me, I changed the image. Why is it not changed?
Okay, got it.
Okay, I guess my OBS got bugged. Anyways,
there, I wrote that down.
Yeah, you want to inspect the plates?
Yeah, let's inspect the plates.
One by one, from left to right?
Yeah, from left to right. Those 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Okay. Well, excuse me, princess.
Nice reference.
1, 2, 3. There's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. The middle is super deep for a plate. Maybe it's a bowl. They're soup plates. So just bowls. They're made that way so that the soup doesn't spill.
Yeah, not quite, because the bowls are more deep. This one is like, I would say...
Yeah, I know. I'm making a joke.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were serious or not.
No, I wasn't fucking serious. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that?
Fair.
Very fair. I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They just look like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. What? Why the hell are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. We're not terribly suitable.
Subtle.
Subtle, whatever. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. Those plates are for serving meat. You really are ignorant, aren't you? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez.
Anyway, let's check this again.
The voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. And the plates on the table are 9 appetizers, 16 meat, 10 soup, and 15 seafood. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here.
And this is where I learned this bullshit, which is used a lot in programming. Like a fuck ton of games, if not every game, has this.
Fair. And hexadecimal is... It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. The base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E equals 14, F equals 15. Do not continue.
So yeah, and
I'm writing this shit down.
Yeah, and so on, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Oh yeah, this will be useful even after this puzzle room, I'll tell you that much. So, another one for the thought cloud.
Got it.
Okie dokie.
And 10 equals 16. 10 becomes 16 base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added onto the normal number system after 9.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, well, I'm also gonna add 10 equals 16.
Yep. Yeah, it's not too... Yeah, the only confusing one is just 10 becoming 16, like normal as 10 becoming 16, but the letters make sense.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's clearly something to do with these plates.
Yeah, yeah, what do?
Okay, well, we can come back to this later, I feel. Real quick. Yeah, let's look around more, see if we can find any more clues that might help us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're the captain.
Look to the right. Since you were hovering over the right one, so I thought you were just gonna click it.
Oh, wait, you can see my mouse?
Yes, I can see your mouse. I can also see your little icon.
Yeah, I have Neru.
Yeah, anyway, there's what looks to be like a tea kettle right there, or something. I can't tell what that is.
Yeah, I wonder if in the recording this thing also gets captured, or if I put that on off.
It does. It does.
Huh.
I should know, I was watching your video this morning.
Oh yeah, how did you like my bag too?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Anyway, okay. Wow. This pot looks like it's made out of silver.
I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy.
Spending a day off with June, drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me?
If you ask her out. Jumpy?
Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. Okay, well, I guess that was nothing. What's on the bulletin board?
It's a note. It's got a bunch of stuff written on it, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that.
Check the door.
Which one?
The one on the right. Cheese!
Cheese!
At least I think that's cheese. Cheese! Hey, there's something behind the cheese.
You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese?
All right, guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back there.
Bottle of oil.
Oil!
Oh look, cooking oil. You could probably use this to make something slippery.
What's behind the cloth?
Right here.
Yeah, go back. The cloth. Check the board-looking thing. This is the plank. Oh. A knife!
Yep.
Rusty knife. I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
The knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was. It's futile.
Futile?
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Any particular reason why you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason, really. I was just thinking about futility. She wasn't making much sense. Junpei tried
She
rephrasing
wasn't last video.
Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last, she answered. Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Alright, before she answers, why do you think she's thinking, she's saying this?
Through the whole curse nonsense yesterday. Fuck if I know.
Fair.
Or not yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah. Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted? Did you know?
No. I didn't. No, I haven't. What is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It's a real book, by the way, and it's called Futility.
Oh.
It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. Again, real. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it. It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats. Even the location of the accident itself and the cause, and the location of the damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly. Okay, yeah, it's almost exactly, but I think the actual name of the boat was something similar from Titanic. I think it was called something different, but it was but everything else at least it was the same. Is what I have been reading on. But yeah, again, real stuff.
Yeah.
It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen. Again, reality can be stranger than fiction. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Real guy, by the way. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided, and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Right. I knew you'd say that. But what if instead had some sort of special powers? Here we go! To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing? Do you know what that is, by the way?
Not off the top of my head, no. What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about that thing where someone says they're possessed by a spirit? And then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff is a load of bull.
But Jumpy, you said you believe in curses.
Come on, that's totally different. Based on what we've seen, it is different!
Yeah!
Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. With this Stead dude, when the Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by spirits of dead people, then who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
What are you smoking? And can I have some?
We didn't tell Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. This is true, by the way. He was a passenger on the Titanic.
Damn.
He just wrote down that what he saw with his own eyes. 20 years before it happened.
Now you've lost me.
Basically, a vision. It's like he had a vision from the future, and said vision from the future basically the writing for him. But hey, you know, this sounds less crazy than the Pharaoh thingy. Somehow.
She made it sound more crazy, though. She made it sound much more crazy.
That's true, but in hindsight, it is less crazy.
Yeah, in hindsight, yeah, it's less crazy. In the moment, it sounds like she's out of her fucking mind.
Yeah, let's say that she doesn't really express shit too well. But you know what? She does. Yeah, you do you. Kind of deal.
Yeah.
He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. Jumpy smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But her voice trailed off, and she glanced at the floor, troubled. Jumpy tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty.
Yeah, I know. We can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this.
If we're going to cut anything, we probably have to sharpen the knife. There we go.
Yeah. Alright, I don't think there's anything else in here, but just be safe. There's a cloth on the right. Can you interact with it?
Nope.
That's the left.
Oh. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans.
This is probably a pantry.
Oh, there we go.
There's just milk in here.
Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old.
Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight.
Did I ever tell you the time that by accident I ended up drinking chocolate milk that was that I leave open in the in a table and well
stop making
well
stop making it sound like a Family Guy cutaway.
You know what the funny thing is though?
What?
I never watched Family Guy.
Oh my god.
Like at best I have seen some clips there and there.
Oh.
Anyway.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Okay, might as well keep going to the right. Rolling pin. Oh, a countertop.
There's a there's a rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful.
Colander.
Colander.
Yeah, that one. I can understand why you get that one wrong. It is a dumb word. Because there should be 2 L's, not 1. But the English language is weird sometimes.
Yep.
What's with all the fucking plates on the side on the left? Maybe this table is for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. Is there anything in the sink right in front of us?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess click on them.
A zinc. It's still got water in it. There's a couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're gonna help as much.
What about that rectangle thing on the left?
A whetstone.
A whetstone!
A whetstone?
Look, sharpen the knife.
Yeah, but what are you planning to do with that? Ah, shit, don't tell me you're gonna try and smash open the car reader.
Are you an idiot? If you do that, then we'll never get out of here.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that would be bad, huh?
This whetstone's only going to be useful if we need to sharpen something.
Well, boy, oh howdy, do we have something to sharpen? Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this.
Bro, how the fuck? You're very good at sharpening a knife.
Yeah, like, hold up. You're a college student.
So, I guess you managed to sharpen the knife, Jinbei?
Who you gonna start with that?
No one!
Could probably cut something soft with that.
Okay. Check the bins under the counter. I accidentally just like slid my hand up the back of my headphones and hit the volume knob, so my volume just went up exponentially, and it almost busted my eardrums. Ow!
Damn.
Okay, a trash can. There's nothing inside of it.
Well, better than being full of rotting food, I suppose. What about the other one? Nah, man, there's nothing in here.
Hey, Santa, digging through the trash really suits you.
What the hell do you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you just pissed and moaned, so I did it for you.
Oh my. I don't recall asking you to do anything.
I ought to throttle you.
Excuse me?
Does it feel colder in here? Alright, well, what about that big thing against the back wall?
Oop.
Oh, it's a rotisserie thing. Rotisserie oven. Alright, it's going. Do you think it was all part of Zero's plan?
Probably. Kinda hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere.
What's in the drawer? On the... Oh. It's a grill. There's some coals down here. They're bright red. Wonder what this drawer is.
You see the metal grate on top of the grill? They make it like that so the fat and juices can drip off the meat while it cooks.
Yep, and this is how I learned how that works.
I was gonna say open it. Maybe there's something in there.
Oh.
The drawer seems to be stuck.
The drawer seems to be stuck. It won't open. Wait, we have the oil. Oil.
Oh, now for this. There was another thing down here too.
It looks like there's an under area. The plate opens up.
No, you can't. I already checked. It's sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes.
Good to know.
Fair. Okay. All right. Keep moving to the right. There's the keypad.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's check it out first. This is the display area above the buttons.
This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door.
Yeah, no shit.
Idea.
Hmm?
Hold on. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just as this is me trying to be big brain here. Hit 9.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Hey Junpei, why don't you try entering the numbers we found on the voucher earlier?
The one that said appetizer 9, meat, yada yada yada. Continue.
Yes. Convert 10 A F.
Well, it's worth a shot. I did not get to read that.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's about the one that 10 being being
Yeah.
16.
10 is 16. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. No dice. Looks like that's too many numbers.
Yeah.
Wait, how many numbers do we have? Wait, how many numbers do we have?
Oh yeah, right.
Passcode isn't the actual passcode. Does it just not tell us?
No, but I can tell you this. We need one more thing.
Okay. Let's check the pots and pans then on the stove. All we've got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons.
What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead?
Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious?
Why so serious? Joker voice.
I think that's the pun, yeah. All right. What about behind it all? I think there's an area back there.
This?
No. Behind the area back of the pressure cooker.
This?
Not that. Okay.
It's only a partition. There's nothing else worth noting here.
But no, like there's like yeah, right there.
Gotcha.
There are some bottles of seasoning in here.
Good
That's
talk.
it. Okay. Well, yeah. Good talk. Okay. Go to the right again, I guess. I think that's everything here. Okay, then we just go back to where we were before. There's still a door we haven't gone through yet, so go to the right again. Yeah, that second door back there. A locking mechanism.
This bolt is rusted in place. It won't budge. Of course!
Oh, I had the oil selected.
Yeah. Maybe if I put some oil on it.
Hey!
Just a little bit of oil and... Come on! Come on, you little son of a bitch! Whoa! Yes! Got you, you little bastard!
You did it, Jumpy. You're so smart.
No, he's not. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's the freezer.
As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Ugh. It's cold in here. What is this place?
Are you blind? It's a freezer. Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Oh yeah, he was fuck a lot more. At least Junpei and Akane have well, Junpei has a puffy jacket, and Akane has a lot of a very
Santa and Lotus are screwed.
yeah, oh yeah, Lotus is screwed.
Especially Lotus.
Especially. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation.
Oh, no way! That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in. Whoa, it's really cold in here. White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to shiver.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fear's gone now.
But
Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth when the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door they had only recently came through was closed. Junpei rushed to the door. Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
ow!
It was cold, beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful. The doorknob had been frozen solid. They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Yup. Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. Yep, I see a video of Russian throwing water onto outside of their houses, and that shit like fucking turns into snow instantly.
Yeah.
Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door. Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door! She wasted no time in responding.
What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side! Please!
Fine. If you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Then the grunting ceased, and they could hear light panting as if from exertion.
No use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Well, shit. God damn it. Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. That's a new one. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure out something out. Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay?
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Yeah, keep him body hit. You got group hug.
Yeah. I guess just check the big thing. The big box.
Okay.
What's in that bag? That's a bag, yeah.
Dry ice.
Dry ice.
Dry ice? Can you make that stuff? Can you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight?
Explode?
Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding that gas. And this is where I learned how to do carbon dioxide bombs.
Yeah.
Oh well, dry ice bombs actually, I should say. Junpei picked up dry ice with his sleeves so as to avoid burning himself. Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into a gas again.
Hell if I know. How's that gonna help us anyway?
Oh well, I figure we might be able to use it to get out of here. They were about to move on when June spoke up. Carbon dioxide sublimation point is minus 109 degrees. Yeah, Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, yeah.
Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes solid. Junpei looked at her, dumbfounded.
How do you know that?
I don't know. Science in school. They teach me this shit, by the way.
Yeah.
And despite my looks, I'm the queen of random knowledge.
Looks bad when you mess up when you're showing off. Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yes. What's that right?
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself. Come on, guys, don't you think that's kinda weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, because if you you know, water, solid, and then gas. So why does dry ice goes from dry ice into fucking gas instead of liquid first? Yeah, that's
exactly.
When I was playing, I was like, wait, what? That's how dry ice works? Wow. Yeah, I was fucking bogging.
Wow.
Where's this science nonsense? So there was now shivering at an outstanding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei, however, was not in the mood to discuss science.
We need to get out of here now.
His special was rather thin. Was wearing thin.
How the hell would I know? How the hell is that going to help us get out of here? We don't have time for this crap.
Actually, Junpei stopped mid-sentence, surprised by June's interjection. Under enough pressure, carbon dioxide will turn into a liquid.
This isn't really a good time to for a chat about science.
But I was wondering the same thing.
Wondering what?
Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure. Right? It just seems weird. Same shit I thought as a kid, too. Why is a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees? Yeah, he's not as dumb as I give him credit for, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide? H2O and CO2 are pretty similar. Okay, maybe in the maybe in the periodic table, but okay, yeah, no, yeah, they're pretty similar.
No.
Not really much, but still.
No. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, they're pretty close in at least in atoms counting.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and also both have oxygen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, they're not. They're totally different substances. Look, guys, if we keep this up, we're just gonna freeze to death. You good with that? You want to die talking about sublimation and gases?
Oh yeah, sublimation is when water goes straight up from ice to gas. By the way, if I'm not mistaken.
I assumed that much. Because I sure as hell don't.
He fixed both of them with a glare.
Now, let's get back to work. Assuming we don't end up like a pair of ice sculptures. Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of ice sculptures.
Jupiter around, the problem dealt with. Or so he thought. There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees. I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees. I don't know how. I do not know how much that is in Fahrenheit, so I do not know how to react.
96 Celsius?
No, degrees. Fahrenheit. 96 Fahrenheit into Celsius.
Okay. Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you said 96 Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because water turns into ice pretty much when it's under 0 Celsius.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 35.5 Celsius.
35.5? Like normal Celsius, not negative?
Yeah, normal Celsius.
What the fuck? Wait, wait, what the fuck?
Because
that is weird.
It's weird. Hold on, it's weird. It's weird. Because if you go from 0 Celsius, that's 32 Fahrenheit. But if you go negative 40 Celsius, it's also negative 40 Fahrenheit. I don't know how the fuck it works.
How the? Okay. Now you have my attention. Now you have my attention.
Somehow. Yeah, because I'm just going. I went on fucking Google and I went Fahrenheit to Celsius, and I have this conversion thing.
Yeah, because normally when it's very cold under 0 Celsius, then you're like, yeah, of course, the fucking water's gonna turn into ice, but. It turns into us to basically room temperature. Like what?
So it gives you the formula of how to calculate it. How the fuck do you calculate this?
Its melting point is 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees? Yeah, what? Yeah. Well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes until 96 degrees, and water that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit's interesting, because what?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, because when I was a child, I was playing this game pretty much in a fans translated game, but they still kept the Fahrenheit as Fahrenheit, so I had no fucking idea what they were talking about. Now that I know, what do you mean? There's water that is still solid when it's fucking hot as fuck outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's you.
Yeah, now that was difficult to ignore. Yeah, safe thoughts here, honestly. Junpei had to ask.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9. Put it in your notebook. Put it in your notebook. And that's another 9 related thing.
I had to put down my bottle for that one, Chief.
I'm gonna drink water.
Ice 9. Yeah. There, I got it.
All right. Ice 9? Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists. And now this is the in-world thing and not real-world thing, although we're getting pretty much close to this reality, though.
Yeah. Wait. Hold up. So this thing is called Ice 9? So this thing is called Ice 9? Or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. So like a mutation? Because what the fuck is a polymorph?
On my head.
Just saying, man, I did not. I barely scrapped through science class, man.
Yeah.
Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. Okay, yeah, that's a better. Yeah, with that I can understand.
Yeah.
They're both made out of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different. Yeah, now I get a clearer picture now with that. Yeah.
So you're saying normal water and it's ice and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yep. She wasn't finished. Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it, and did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin that was en route, is that how you say it? En route?
Yeah, or en route.
Yeah,
that's the full French pronunciation, but people say en route.
En route, fuck it. To England, by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Naturally, scientists worldwide wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and began asking for samples of the seed. Seed is, of course, a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be a simple matter. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, nearby samples did as well. It didn't end there. After that day, all glycerin in the world began to crystallize naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like, how do I put it? Almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating in some way that we can't sense. Does that sound familiar?
No.
Pick up your notes, morphogenic field.
Oh, yeah, I have that written down, I guess. Yeah, okay. Now I can see it.
Yeah, communicating through a field naked to the eye. Not visible to the eye.
Yeah. So, I guess, yeah, honestly kind of impressed.
Was honestly impressed. It was, in fact, a pretty interesting story. But yeah, I don't think it's quite in reality, this story. I think this is only for this story but yeah, in this world, that should happen. But I think something similar happened in our world. I just can't remember what the fuck was it. Or maybe I'm misremembering, but either way, it's interesting nonetheless.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To his surprise, it was Santa, and not June, who answered. What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean?
a lot like that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees.
Oh yeah, we would be fucked. Yeah.
Man.
Man, just looking out at the ocean.
It'd be the end of the world. Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, because yeah, we would not have fucking water. Like, how do you melt that shit?
Put it in the oven.
Oh yeah, fair enough, but also, holy fuck, the electricity
But also-
or gas bill.
And also, you'd be drinking boiling water for the rest of your days.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, at the end of the world, it would be fucking right. We'd be drinking soup for the rest of our lives. Oh wait, no, we're fucking cold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If that should happen, then that's fucked up. That would be very fucked up.
Yep.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick. He was right. Junpei shivered. Alright guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we get quite this far off topic. It's when you start talking about something short and then it just goes off the rails.
Yeah, like our half-an-hour conversations about food sometimes.
Yup. I mean, I know I'm kind of at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. Seriously. I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. You mean the North Pole? Damn. Come on. We all know Santa
Yeah.
Claus lives in the North Pole, dude. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way to get out of here. A way out of here. Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him. Selfish, isn't he? Santa jumped to himself. Still, Santa was right. And it was high time they got back to their search. The story of Ice 9 had him interested, but there'd be any time to think about that once they got in out of the freezer. Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room.
Okay. I don't think we can do anything with the door yet, but there's a thing in the bottom left.
This?
Yeah.
This thing is covering something.
It's frozen solid. I can't flip it over. Alright, then yeah. Go to the left then. Okay, what's the thing on the floor? It's a door. That's a bottle. And a rope! Wait, that's also a rope, I think.
A water
Or a bottle.
bottle. Yes, it is.
That's a rope.
It's a rope. Well, we could use it to attach something to something else, I suppose.
Combine the rope with the dry ice?
Nope.
No. Maybe the bottle then. Combine the rope with the bottle.
Nope.
No. Dry ice with the bottle?
Shit. Okay, wait.
You have to go back, select one of the other things, and then yeah.
There we go. Nope.
Okay. Because I don't think that we're going to be needing the knife for anything yet, so... Yeah, let's keep looking. Yeah, that seems to be it in here, I think. Maybe check that thing in the top left corner. Or is there anything else in here that looks useful? Alright. Yeah, let's leave. Okay. What's on the shelf on the right?
This thing's frozen solid. This pork?
Yeah, seems like it. What's this thing? It looked like a tag or something.
Chunk of pork. Junpei, is there a slip of paper in that meat?
I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. Oh, flip the pork. If we try to pull it out, it'll probably rip.
You need to defrost that. Don't think we're gonna be doing that in this room. But yeah,
Can you
there's
flip
something.
it over?
Yeah, there's something running on it, but yeah, you can't see shit of it.
Damn, okay.
Okay, I'll tell
What
you
about
this.
more on the...
I'll tell you this for free.
Oh.
You are missing one item.
Yeah, I'm still want to look at the shelf on the right. Everything's frozen in here.
It doesn't look like there's anything else interesting.
Then I guess we're looking back in the thing in the back left, back in the box. Doesn't seem to be anything else in here, actually.
There is.
Oh. It's one of those 2 pieces of red meat.
Which one first?
Do the top one first, make your way down.
Nothing.
Okay, we'll do the bottom one then.
There you go. Frozen chicken.
Chicken.
It's really hard. It's frozen stiff.
Hey, June, can you say that again?
Huh?
Say it again.
It's really hard.
Again.
It's really hard.
Thanks.
Something's wrong, Junpei? Your face is bright red.
Oh my... Nothing, I'm fine.
If it's that hard, you can probably use it as a hammer. Yeah, good point. Maybe we can use it to break something. You have no idea how many people have missed this dialogue, by the way.
Yeah, let's ignore the innuendo there. Okay.
But yeah, now you have all the items you need, by the way.
Feel like we're gonna have to combine something. So look back at the door.
Oh, you want to look at this? And this? Maybe both?
The pipes.
There's water dripping from this pipe.
Looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit. Looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. The water actually seems almost warm. Oh, wait. Use the chicken and the pork on the water.
This? Or this?
Yeah, do the pork, so we can get that note.
Nope.
There's warm water flowing from the pipe. No?
I mean, if you do that, you also damage the paper.
I guess that's fair. I mean, we could also use the chicken as a hammer, so why don't we try and break the ice?
And this is why most people took such a long time to figure this one out, because they didn't inspect the chicken.
Oh. Alright, the dry ice is all in pieces now.
Wow, you crushed it up really good. You should be able to get it into anything you want now. Can you make that stuff cause an explosion if you cylindering something that's airtight?
Oh, combine it with the water bottle. You put these pieces of dry ice into the water bottle.
So you put the dry ice in the water bottle, Jumpy? If it explodes, it could probably blast away the ice on the door. So, how are we gonna get it to stay against the doorknob?
With the rope. Let's just tie a rope on here.
Hey, why don't we use that rope to tie that bottle onto the doorknob? We just have to put some water in it, and then we can give it a good whack with something. Kaboom! It'll explode and break the ice off the door. Then what are we waiting for? I can't take this cold any longer. You heard the lady.
Bombs away!
Warm water drip from the rupture pipe near the door. Junpei pulled out the water bottle filled with dry ice, let a good amount of water fall in, then quickly sealed it up tight. The makeshift bomb complete, he tied it to the doorknob as quickly as he could manage in the cold.
Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now?
We just need to give it a little tap. The boat's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all in its own.
Small rock, small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across it were pieces of the dry ice left over from the larger chunk he'd crushed earlier.
Alright, this ought to do the trick.
He pulled his sleeve down over his hand and keep from getting burned, and grabbed the chunk of dry ice. It was a pretty good size, about as big as a pool ball. He figured it would be just about the right size.
Alright guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Both Santa and June look at him with new concern. Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius? This isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yeah, there is. Look. Right here. We can all hide in here. In there.
Junpei pulled open the door to the small cellar.
Come on. Get inside, quick.
Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide, even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
Alright, here it goes. 3, 4, 5.
You're counting the wrong way!
Oops.
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Sorry, dude. Alright, for real this time. You guys ready?
Yes, whenever you're ready. Just throw the damn thing.
Alright, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he dug down into the cellar with Santa and June, just as...
Go.
Junpei lit up out of the cellar and ran to the door. Jumpy! Jumpy! The ice on the door, is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
The blast must have shattered it.
Alright, let's see if it opens.
Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed with all his might. The door gave way easily, and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once. Hooray! We're out! June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor. Move! Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grail, which he immediately grabbed. Ow! God damn it! Hot! Fuck! He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage. But where was Lotus? It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest.
Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys.
With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked toward her.
What were you doing? What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die!
Oh yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out alright, didn't it?
What the hell?
Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Don't give me that crap!
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck in here, and I'd die too. See? I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there's anything I could use to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
It was true that there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone... Junpei grit his teeth.
Fine. But there's one thing I have to ask you. What's that? You didn't close the door, did you? What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would it do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
She was right, and Junpei knew it. Without them, she'd be in very serious trouble. It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure. If Lotus had really wanted to kill them, all she would have to do was bar the door from the outside. She hadn't. Well, she hadn't done anything. The most she was guilty of was laziness or negligence, not attempted murder. Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you. Oh, yes. Well, that's alright. As long as you understand.
I think she's not used to people tracking back.
Yeah.
Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His punches against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back toward Junpei and Lotus. Hey, now we're screwing around, you two! Break time's over! Especially for you, lady. You just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
Damn! How rude. I was plenty busy.
Yeah, how about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go! Yeah, you know what? That's the appropriate reaction.
Yes! Okay, do we still have the chicken?
Yes,
or not
we
the
do.
chicken, the pork?
Yeah,
okay, let's take that over to the grill. Let's take that over to the grill.
I made the long way around.
Yeah. I guess I'll put this meat on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? What are you going to do with the paper burns?
Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? We just gotta keep an eye on it, and the paper will be fine.
Well, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pork. Cool. Looks like it's just about time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out.
Jumpy, be careful.
Sweet of her to care, but I know what I'm... Ouch!
See? I told you. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out.
It's not coming out. This thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out. So are we gonna have to cut the meat? Yeah, looks that way. Well, luckily we have the knife.
Yup.
Alright, now that I've sharpened this knife... Yes, I cut the pork.
Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper.
C plus 10 plus F. Do you think it's some kind of code?
Damn it, they're just screwing around.
Junpei, do you know what C and F stands for? You think maybe it means corporate finance? You fucking numbskull! I thought it was clever and funny.
double kill.
Okay, well now we know the code to the safe. So, yeah, yeah. This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Junpei, maybe the note you found earlier. Yeah, I know. Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E for enter and C is for clearing. So basically, when I'm ready to submit my answer, I'll press E. So if I screw up, I just press C, right? Alright, let's give it a shot. Okay, so based on the notes I have here, it was C plus 10 plus F. So do 12. You do 12?
Hey, you're the one with the notes.
Yeah, I know. Go type 12 plus 16, so 16.
I can only put 3 numbers in.
Oh, okay, then clear. So I guess we have to add them all up then.
I mean, it says plus.
So it's... Okay, yeah, I guess that's my... Okay, so 12 plus 16, that's 28 plus F, which is 15. So 28 plus 15... 38, 40, 43.
43.
Open. Sounds like the metal is falling. Well, I guess that went well.
Also, good on you for remembering to convert the 10 into 16. A lot of people brush past that one.
Yeah, I wrote it down. Yeah! The door opened!
Good job, Jumpy. Saturn key card. This looks like a lowercase h, but the line next to it is throwing me off. This is the symbol of Saturn. Remember? There was an elevator next to the main staircase. Was there a mark like this on the card reader next to it? Oh yeah, I remember that. I guess that means that card ain't gonna help us get out of this room, then. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Oh
yeah, that was... Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was Lotus speaking. She's not fucking here.
Wait, when do we try it out?
Well, I mean, we don't really have anything else to do.
It works.
Beep, 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 beep. Yes! I think it's unlocked now.
You did it, Jumpy. Let's get out of here.
Yes! Let's go!
You found it. That's just so satisfying.
Yes.
They stepped out of the kitchen and ran into a hallway that looked rather familiar. Also, yet again, pretty good job.
Yeah.
You got stuck in less. Yeah, you actually, yeah, you didn't really got stuck like much at all. Because I have seen people get stuck on the stuff that I thought you would be stuck.
Yeah.
A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen. They had entered the kitchen from one door and come out the other. That meant their map of the ship's interior was accurate. They laid the map out in front of them and began to discuss their next step. There were 4 possible routes. A, B, C, and D. First, A and B. A and B seem to connect to an L-shaped room. However, the 2 doors that led to the room were both locked and could not be opened. Next was Route C.
This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors. Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
No, I don't think we will.
Why not?
Look. There, by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went to the kitchen, it was closed. But it's open now. What do you think that means?
That they went down there.
Yep.
They opened it. Yeah.
Most likely.
Then if we take Route C, we're going backwards. That would be pointless. Futile, if you will.
And then that means...
All four look at the map. They all look at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down deeper into the ship.
Route D, then.
It is. Yep, Route D.
Then we're set.
They jog down the stairs until they reach the sea deck. Just to be sure, they kept going to check the deck beneath.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase. The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror. As ominous as it was, Junpei took at least some comfort from the fact that the level hadn't gone up much since the last time he'd seen it. They turned back to the sea deck. It didn't take them long to find the two elevators in front of them, in front of the stairs. They look identical to the elevators on the top floor, with one exception. These elevators had a card reader on the wall between them. On the card reader was a strange mark.
Hey, look, it's Lotus's symbol.
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with a thorn on it. That seems like... Oh, ow, 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 ow.
Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat. Such violence! Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, Junpei spoke up. This is a Mercury symbol. The thorn symbolizes the wings on Hermes' staff. Hermes, herpes, whatever. If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Probably. They gave up on the elevator and returned to the stairs. A hallway stretched out to the left. A great many doors lined up sides of the hallway. They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging. Damn it, if we try to search all these, the sun's gotta go down before we've done half of them. I think the sun's already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse!
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Frustration and fear building, they walked back to the stairs. To their right was a small hallway. Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led toward the stern, and at its end was a set of double doors.
Let's open it.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move. It was unlocked. Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
Three, 7, and 8.
He simply stood, unable to speak. The others simply stared, open-mouthed. After a long moment, Santa managed to speak. What the hell is this? A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. QE fucking Dante with the meme, what the hell is this? Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the four companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses. Is this a hospital? He had at least been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room. The room swarmed with the harsh, biting smell of antiseptic. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, whenever you go to hospital, there's that certain smell always that is always there.
Yeah, I know.
In the center of the room were shelves stacked with medicine and a number of medical devices, the function of which Junpei did not know. More importantly, however, on the back wall of the room were 4 doors. 3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint. The door on the left was labeled 3. The second door from the left had no number, but the third had been given a 7. And the rightmost door had an 8. There could be no doubt, they were numbered doors. It did strike Junpei as strange, however, that the door between 3 and 7 should be blank. What, he wondered, could it mean?
I might have a theory.
A game theory! Thanks for watching!
Okay. Let's take a look at the doors. Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Junpei headed towards the doors, waving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left and moved to the right until he reached door 8. It's no use. It's no use! Take this!
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the nonary game? You have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't. Wait a minute. What's wrong? Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Huh? There's nothing on it?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase. If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing on it.
Right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
It didn't respond. All 4 took turns placing their hands over the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled at the lever, and still it did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red for door 8 that was behaving strangely. The red on door 7 also refused to respond. And door 3 was similarly silent. None of them would respond. What did it mean? Haha, I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No. That's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working. It was at that moment that they heard a voice coming from behind them. I believe the bottom of the device has been removed. They spun around to see.
Snake!
It was more than just Snake. Ace, Clover, and 7 quickly filed into the room as well. Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. If it had been the other party who had opened the gate in front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How?
How did you guys?
How did you end up here? After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talk about the rooms that they've been through, and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of smile. Almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the Night Man. Now, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The Night Man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought, the joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the Night Man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
He was an asshole!
There you have it, our half of the story. His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought, then that he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I've got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything. So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look.
Oh,
Yeah. And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh.
so you followed the voices and came back here? Indeed. And that was how we found you. You examined the three Reds again, just in case. On the bottom of each was a long, thin gap. It looked like a slot for something, probably something electronic. Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms? That's what's behind those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms, in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good, feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter. Not again! Those goddamn things are everywhere! I wonder what they all mean. For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Of all people, it was 7 who answered, and with calm confidence.
Well, I figured it's probably a hospital ship.
Chances are, it's the gigantic. The gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. Also, I just remembered the name from the boat on the novel Futility. It was called Titan. Titanic.
Yeah.
So did everyone else.
What is this gigantic?
7 knit his brow for a moment, then began to explain.
The gigantic.
By the way, this is a true story. He explained that she had been a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. The Titanic had two sister ships, who were identical to one another in nearly every aspect. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. She was initially intended to be a passenger liner, like the Titanic, but soon after the ship was launched, the First World War began, and she was pressed into duty by the British Navy as a hospital ship. Sometime later, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. Aegean Sea. She managed to run aground after the incident and consequently was not sunk. Again, true story. What then happened to the Gigantic after her fateful encounter in the Aegean Sea? One theory ran that a man named Lord Gordain purchased her, and this is a fiction.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Gigantic is still... I think it's displayed as like an attraction nowadays.
Fair enough.
Lord Gordain, it seemed, had been one of the few survivors of the Titanic tragedy, and that trauma had turned him into an obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. As his obsession deepened, he began to desire the Titanic itself. That, of course, was impossible. The Titanic lay at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The Gigantic, however, had not suffered such a dire fate, and as she was identical to her sister ship, she caught Lord Gordain's eye.
So, you're saying this Lord Gordain bought this ship? Yeah. At least, I think I am.
That's impossible! No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old!
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So I just figured.
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean...
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
No.
Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Junpei was, as he felt, legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange. He decided to revise his attitude for their next question.
Well, was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded.
Why?
Oh, yeah. Guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. Told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
What?
Then, almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment, a bell began to ring from far away. It sounded as though it was the clock at the main stairway. Junpei counted the chime carefully. 10, 11, 12. It's midnight.
And we still got 6 hours left, right?
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean by find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves us one place to look.
One.
Well, I guess that's not really right.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all the other rooms.
Don't freak out. We already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms.
We just have to split up. We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each person does 6 rooms, that'll be 48 rooms, right?
So there's 48 rooms left?
Her earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scratches his head awkwardly.
I don't know.
Well, after a little more discussion, they split up and headed toward the rooms to begin searching them. Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft. They also determined when they would return to report their findings the next time the clock sounded the time. When it did, they would meet back up in the large central room full of beds. If, during their search, any of them were to locate the missing components, they were to yell for the others. If this strategy failed, they returned to discuss their options later. The deal decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each to the rooms they'd been assigned. However, from far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1 a.m. He jogged through the entrance of the large hospital room to find 6 of the others already there. Ace, Santa, Clover, June, Seven, and Lotus. They had gathered in front of the door of door number 8. Or perhaps to be accurate, they had gathered in front of the red next to door number 8. But one of them found the missing piece.
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him. Jumpy, look! She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Immediately, he knew what she had meant. The display on the front of the red read vacant. Junpei sighed.
Come on, guys. Who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it.
Well, Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut.
What the hell? What's up with you guys?
They all knew something he did it, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus frowned and spoke.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red.
Junpei looked at the bottom of the red again, just to make sure. The slot that had been open on the bottom was now covered with metal. Clearly, whatever had been missing had been returned.
What about the other 2?
They're the same. Junpei quickly examined the other 2 boxes. Satisfied, they were also repaired, but still very confused. He returned to the others.
Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right?
Ace and June noticed silently. Seven raised his hands as if to say, not me, and Santa just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing.
Huh? Wait a minute.
That was what he noticed.
Where's Snake?
Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen.
Does that mean that he found them?
I have no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
I don't suppose we'll know until we ask him in person.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Maybe he's lost. Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place. Clover raised her head.
Oh, that's impossible!
Suddenly, she was shouting.
Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible.
Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes.
I'm gonna go look for him.
The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run.
Hey! Hold on! Clover, wait!
Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going, and before anyone else could react, she was gone.
Damn it! What should we do? What should we do now?
Well, the red is working now.
No, we're not leaving two people behind. We should go look for them.
Oh man, this ain't good.
Ah, yes, what an excellent idea! We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now, let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots! Then remain here, if you feel you must, but there's no time. We've only 5 hours left. Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up. They quickly assigned search areas and went their separate ways. Soon only 2 of them were left. Those 2 were Junpei and June, who had been a few steps behind the others.
Alright, we should go too.
Yes, let's go. But where should we start?
Let's see.
Oh, we can go back to the casino!
Let's go gambling!
Let's go gambling! How about the casino on B deck?
Okay, sounds good. They took off up the stairs at a run. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not seeing it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
Junpei didn't think that was a problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it?
Alright. Fine. What is it?
Well, I don't really like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up? Team up? Yeah. What? You need me to explain it to you? I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door?
Even if we wanted to, that's impossible.
Why?
Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8. Our digital root would be 1.
Correct.
But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 8.
And then we had another person.
Huh?
Who?
What? Isn't that easy? 7.
She was right. If they added 7, then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door. But
Whoa, hold on a sec. What about the other 4? Why don't you add them up?
that was simple enough. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2, blah, 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 blah.
The digital root for those 4 would be 1.
That's right.
And you know the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right?
Of course I know that.
No! Are you saying you leave them behind?
Of course not. What kind of woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind.
Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you'd do anything of the sort.
Really? Why do you think that?
You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours.
Well, you never know until you try.
No. You're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us couldn't open door 9.
Oh, it's my time.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The digital root for us, for us 4 will be 8, so we'd have to add Ace to make 9.
Right. Unless we bring Ace 2, we'll be stuck.
Let us scratch the back of her ear.
Oh, Well, that's unfortunate.
She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei said, nor did she seem particularly surprised. Well, let's try to find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us.
That's impossible. Are you being serious? You know that only 5 people at most can go through one numbered door at a time, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind.
You're right. That is true.
The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine. It was true. How Lotus could remain cavalier about so terrifying a prospect was beyond him. Fucking English. When they found the number 9, they would have to choose which 3 of them would die. Lotus's forehead furrowed.
Do you think I could have a moment alone? There are some things I need to think about.
Junpei and June turned and began walking away from Lotus. talking to her had left them feeling ill. Junpei's heart felt heavy, and his steps sluggish. But he told him...
Real quick before we continue, can we quickly pause?
Oh. Alright, hi guys. Fucking recording got corrupted. We tried to record again, and it got fucked again. And Futility is being very fucking wacky today. Don't know what's happening. Shit's happening. My PC just got barely... And the PNGs are just fucking up all around the place. This sucks. Anyways, recap what happened. Basically, we were looking for Snake. Yeah, we talked with Lotus, as you at least managed to see there before. Then we go down the line of searching for room to room. We found Clover. She said to leave her alone. She was a little bit jealous that Junpei and Agane were still together there while she and her brother were separated. And she was very much this close to just fucking break even further. After that, we search another room, and then we find Ace in the place where all the other doors were, searching for Snake. And well, didn't find him. Then Junpei talked to Ace about how he didn't find it weird that the Snake and Clover were really related or not. And he said, yeah, now that you say it, it is weird. And then it was like, now that you say it, what do you mean? now that you say it. And but yeah, then you said, yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon for people related to each other not really look like them. And then I said, yep, I can vouch for that. I have a lot of siblings, and so the set here. And also,
yeah,
a certain word in the dictionary, like rupture is something I don't remember, where we made a
ruptured,
and it had that word in itself. Well, they were meaning for like something happy. It also had fucked out of innuendos in the word itself in the dictionary. And
it says the definition is give intense pleasure or joy to.
Yeah, and then I was and then we made a bit about that, but now it has been lost to recording because fuck us, right?
Yeah.
Besides that, yeah, then we went back to the hospital room where we found Santa, which was seeing the panels of the rats. And then he was talking, yeah, you don't find it weird that who the fuck took the thing out and then put it in? And then you said Zero, and then we're like, yeah, but it doesn't really make sense because if he took him out, then who the fuck put him? Why the fuck would he put it back in again? And then we said, okay, so the one that put it back in must be some any of us. And why then wouldn't they say that they did it? And it's most probably because if it is discovered that they found the components or that they put it in, they will discover something bad. And then they said you have to watch out because you never know who might stab you in the back. It can even be the person most close to you. And then Junpei and Akane look at each other, very awkward after that. After that, then everybody gathered together in the hospital room. Lotus pretty much went out with said, yeah, we are not gonna find a Snake, so let's move on. And then they said, yeah, we need to sacrifice one person because if we divide between 4 and 3, no combination is gonna work for the second group. And if we divide into 2 and 5 or all that, we're all the other people will also not be able to go through. So they had to divide in groups of 3, 3, and 1, leaving that one behind. And Ace, after a vote, and June really don't want it to happen, they had to. Ace ended up saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna be the one to be left behind. Don't worry, I believe in you guys. I believe that you guys will come back for me once you escape the ship." And after that, he just put himself on the bed. June still wasn't having any of it, but then to force everybody to just go through with left him behind. He inserted himself with an injection of the Soprel Beta, which he said it was an anesthetic. And then feeling warm by June's body because she was having a fever, he said, wow, how warm, I'm just gonna have a very nice nap, and then fall asleep. So now we don't have any other option because carrying a fucking whole body unconscious is much heavier than for someone that is still conscious. They just decided to left him behind, and then Santa went on, oh yeah, we still have to decide who's gonna go through which door. And after some quick maths, and saying that Junpei and June couldn't go through the door, the same door, they split up, and you choose door 7. So we're going because you want to go with your boy 7 here.
Yep.
And now we're here. After 7 and Clover, we're fighting over. We're fighting. Which Clover basically said, "Hey, for somebody that is, I thought you were gonna have bigger balls than your given your stature." And then Seven was like, "What the fuck did you say?" And then, "Yeah, I said you have no balls." And then they just were about to just go at each other's throat until we stopped them. And now we're here. It's in front of the room that said operating room, and which Junpei thought that this will go into an operating room. No shit, Sherlock. And we're here.
Yeah, now we're here.
Yeah, and that's when I said, Seven says, might as well go in and see what's waiting for us. And they said, and that's where you guys are gonna have to wait a bit longer for it, because that's where we're gonna leave it up for today. And my fucking god.
That took way too long. We started this at given our time difference, I think you're just an hour behind me.
Yeah.
We started this call at 1:47 p.m. EST, which at that point it's just 2:47 for you.
Mm-hmm.
It is currently 6:19 or 7:19 for Yuzu's country.
Yeah.
What the fuck was this recording? This was the most scuffed recording we've ever had together.
Yep. And man, I just wish that this won't happen again. I hope this will be the only time it happens, because this should happen 2 times when we were re-recording, and it happened the same fucking place.
We didn't want to do a take 3. Fuck that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it for today, guys. If you guys like this video, for as scuff as it was by the end, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and become part of the Discord server, so you'll be sending uploads to YouTube and wherever we're going live on Twitch. Oh yeah, and also, I said Sots, and he said, he hates Lotus and loves 7.
Yeah. I hate Lotus and I'm loving 7 and Ace, but I'm sad we had to leave Ace behind. I already miss Ace.
Yeah, and also that he didn't really have much things to say about the other things of mysteries living in the background, because he doesn't have much things at the moment to think about it.
I don't have enough info.
Yeah.
I need more info. I'm hungry.
Yeah. And with all that, I bid you all, my dear travelers, adieu. So bye-bye, and have a great day, everybody!
Bye-bye.